Leah rocked the boat. So again, you remember a couple weeks ago, there was a little boy. He was, started his own lawn care business in the suburb of Cleveland. Him and his friends, rather than starting trouble or asking their parents for money all the time, decided they would be entrepreneurial and start a business. Of course, they accidentally started cutting the neighbor's grass, the next door neighbor's grass. She called the police. Now, in that, it worked out great because generally, things don't really happen that positive when the police are called on a young black kid. But this time it did. There was an outpouring. People gave him, equipment, and he has more business than he ever had anything to do. This was clearly a blessing in disguise. This same couple, Randy and Linda Krikora, have now called the police on that same woman again, I guess for bumping her fence. And it's come to our attention that she has done it over 60 times. Now, I don't know if Randy and Linda Krikora, 60 times in 18 years, I don't know if they understand that there's a great propensity whenever the police are called for something to go horribly wrong, for somebody to get arrested, for somebody to get hurt, and they keep doing it, saying that they feel like their life, you feel like your life is in danger because somebody was cutting your grass. You feel like your life is in danger because somebody bumped your fence. There have been 60 times in 18 years you felt like your life was in danger. Maybe you should move to witness protection program. Orlando Castile was stopped by the police 50 times. The 51st time, he got killed. So Linda and Randy Krikora, you should understand that by saying that your life is in danger for such frivolous things, you are clearly putting other people's lives in danger. So I don't want to ascribe to you a motive. I can't tell you what you're doing it for. I can't tell you that Randy and Linda Krikora, that they have malicious intent. I can't tell you what's in their heart or what's in their head. I can tell you that 60 times means you want something to happen. If you do something that many times, either you live in a horrible neighborhood or you want a result. Now, I don't know if that result is somebody moving. I don't know if that result is somebody getting arrested or even somebody getting hurt or killed. But clearly, that if you are calling the police that many times, in 18 years, you called them 60 times for things like somebody cutting an inch of your grass or bumping into your fence or, any other. This is like starting to turn into the neighbor from hell. But it is clear now that the things that have worked before, when you put them on blast and people kind of, back off and say that they didn't mean to do it, they're still doing it. And they say they're going to keep doing it. And what I want to understand is, or what I think we should understand is, or maybe they don't know this, or maybe they live in a bubble, or maybe they haven't seen what's going on. Like even in Cleveland, which is a very dangerous police department, you don't have to go further than the family of Tamir Rice. If you're doing this on purpose, then you're a horrible person. If you're doing this and you don't know what's going on, you're oblivious. Either way, you're dangerous. So either you are a person who is naive and has not taken account of what's going on in your city and around this country with people getting called and having interaction with police, particularly people of color, or you're evil. Either way it goes, Randy and Linda Krikora, if I hear about it again, I'm going to do this thing on the radio again. Almost every time you call the police, I'm going to say in front of the millions of people that listen to us your name over and over again. Because you, by putting people in danger, are now have come to our attention. So every time you call the police, we will talk about it on this radio station. All right, Randy and Linda Krikora, I don't wish you any harm, but I certainly don't wish harm to your neighbors because you have a problem calling the police. Mrs. Kravitz didn't call the police that much. Stop it. It's ridiculous. All right, that's a little note from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.